Okay, with our fixed Facebook screen, found out that it was just a screensaver that was damaged. And welcome everyone as we are sponsored. Lila Nishma Shlomo ben Mordechai, L'Refuah Shalema for Avraham Yeshaya ben Shmayo Yosef, for L'Refuah Shalema for Yomis ben Chayesara, and for the schools of Avraham and Yom Benish by Malki Yudis and family, by Fisher family, Lila Nishma Basi Bas Robert, Shlomo ben Avraham Alevi, Peril Bas Ruvain, by Yod Klugman and family, L'Refuah Shalema for Meir ben Chayesara. We are starting the third and the fourth Mishnayos in the fifth parak of Gittin, and this Mishnah is a Mishnah that we've quoted in many difficult Gemaras in Masechtas Bava Metzia. This Mishnah starts off with the well-known and infamous thief, Eddie. What happened is Eddie steals a piece of land from Yisrael Fisher. And after stealing it from Yisrael, he sells it to Shelley. Okay? Now, Shelley is an industrious guy, and Shelley grows stuff in it, and he also makes improvements. He puts in a sophisticated sprinkler system. What happens is that Yisrael goes to the police, and he finds out where his field is, and he grabs it back from Shelley, and he takes it with the fruit and with the sprinkler system. Now Shelley's nishta for shlofana. Shelley goes after Eddie. He brings some muscle, he brings big glue with him, and he goes after Eddie. So the din is that for the value of the field that was taken away from him, he could not only collect from Eddie, but he could collect also from mishubadim, from mortgage properties, from people that Eddie sold land to after his purchase. He has an earlier lien. So for the price of the land itself, he could go after even Dr. Block, who bought something from Eddie after him. But not for the fruit, and not for the fruit, and not for the improvements. Because you see, when Dr. Block bought from Eddie, he did a title search. He knew he was on the hook for a field that was sold before him. He knew that there was a previous lien. But there's no way that he could anticipate Shelley's crops or Shelley's sprinkler system. So mipnei tikkun ha'olam, Shelley can't collect for the sprinkler system or the fruit from Dr. Block. So that's the first two cases in the Mishnah. Eimotzian lachilos peiros, for the consumption, the fact that the original owner, Yisrael, took back his field with the fruit, or l'shvak karkois, or from the improvement or of the property, you can't collect that menachos mishubadim. Now the last case of the Mishnah is v'lamozayin ha'isha v'abonis. Let's say Chatzkel has a wife, has daughters, and Chatzkel dies. Now his wife and his daughters are entitled to support. So they could take support from the estate. But if the husband had sold property to Dr. Block, and therefore that's mortgage property, you can't collect for support for the wife and daughter for the mortgage properties. Because, again, that's open-ended. There was no way that Dr. Block could protect himself. That could be support for 20 years. So none of that could be collected menachos mishubadim, for the betterment of the world. And now this is a simple case. What happens is Aaron Swade picks up a wallet. And wouldn't you know it, it has Nachman Chapler's license plate in it. And it has $1,000 cash. So Aaron, he's really excited. Oh, the Rebbeinu Shalom gave me such a mitzvah. He returns to Nachman the wallet. And Nachman says, wait a second. I had $2,000 in this wallet. Uh-oh. So, Me'ikar Adin, Aaron should have to swear. Because he's giving him 1,000, so he's made him excess. So he should have to swear. Says the Gemara, Aaron doesn't have to swear. Because if Aaron is going to have to swear, you know what he's going to say? Why should I pick up a wallet? Just to maybe have to swear? Swearing, I learned from Rabbi Weiss, swearing is a very serious business. Right? So says the Gemara, if somebody finds a lost article, lo yeshava. Even though Nachman says, hey, there was $2,000, you only give me 1,000, he doesn't have to swear, because otherwise people won't pick up wallets. Now, Yisaimim shesamchu eitzel balabayis. If, let's say, orphans, after their father died, they were living by a kindly host, or shemina lahem aviyam apotropos, or the father appointed a executor. It's the responsibility of the host or the executor to tithe the Yisaimim's crops before feeding them. Chayiv la'asa perisayim, that they shouldn't do the sin of eating tevel. And that's supposed to be machal them forbidden stuff. Now, let's say the father appointed Aaron as an executor. When the children grow up, they could make Aaron swear that he didn't have sticky fingers. But if the court appointed Aaron as an executor, then when the children grow up, they can't make Aaron swear. Let's see this inside. If Aaron was appointed as an executor by the father before he died, then when the children get of age, Yeshava, they could make Aaron swear. Mino Bezdin, but if Aaron was appointed by the court as an executor, Lo Yeshav, he doesn't have to swear. Now, the opinion of the Tanakhama is as follows. If the father didn't do Aaron many favors, Aaron wouldn't agree to be an executor. So we assume that the father, before he died, the father must have done Aaron a lot of good turns. And that's why Aaron accepted the job. The fact that he's going to have to swear won't deter him from accepting this job, because obviously there's a personal relationship. But if the court has to look for an executor, and they're asking a stranger, Aaron won't do it if he's going to have strings attached, if he's going to have to swear. So there they can't make Aaron swear, because they need to get an outside executor. Abba Shaul says just the opposite. Abba Shaul, it's just the opposite. To be appointed executor by the court is a very valuable thing in business. That's like getting a AAA rating. Oh, the court trusts Aaron to be an executor? That's very valuable. So therefore, the fact that he's going to have to swear is not going to make it that he won't take it. Because to get that kind of triple rating and that kind of approval from the court, Aaron is ready to have the strings of swearing. But if he's doing the father a favor, he's not getting any triple rating, it's just a favor. If he'll have to swear, he won't do it. So then we don't make him swear. Now the next thing in the Mishnah is, we've had this many times, is called Hezek She'ein Nikar, where you can't discern the damage that's done. Now really, Hezek She'ein Nikar lo Shmei Hezek, and you shouldn't have to pay. But if you do it b'mezid, we make you pay. We continue to pay. So what's examples of Hezek She'ein Nikar? Hamatame. If our well-known troublemaker, Eddie, is mitame Daniel Rosenberg's truma. So that's Hezek She'ein Nikar. You can't see that it's tamei. Now, the fact is, Truma Tmei, nobody could eat, but you can't see it. Or Hamadameya, if Eddie mixes some Truma into Daniel's Kulin, and now it could only be eaten by a Kayin, so it goes down in value. But you can't see the difference, you can't see it. Of a Menasech, he takes Daniel's wine and he pours it in front of an idol, when it becomes Asabana. But again, it's not discernible. So since it's a Hezek Shein Nicker, if it was done b'shaygeg, unwittingly potter. If it was done b'mezid, willfully chay. And then the final case of Hezek Shein Nicker is by Kachim. There's a din by Kachim. It's unique to Kachim. Kachim has 4 blood services. There are 4 blood services by Kachim. Shchita, the shechting of the carbon. Haylacha, bringing Kabbalah, catching the blood. Haylacha, bringing it to the Mizbeach. And Zrika, sprinkling it on the Mizbeach. If the Kayin, when he does any of these 4 blood services, he has a machshava, a thought, that he's going to eat the carbon after its expiration date. The carbon has an expiration date. For example, a shlomim could only be eaten for 2 days and 1 night. If when he does one of the 4 blood services, he has in mind that he's going to eat it in 3 days, or he has in mind that he's going to smoke it, the sacrificial portions on the Mizbech after its permitted time, so that's pigel. Pigel renders the carbon invalidated, and if you eat that carbon, it's one of the 36 Isser Karases. Now the din is HaKahanim shepigloi b'mikdash. So if the Kayin did it by mistake, again that's Hezek Shein Nikah. You can't see anything in the carbon. So if he does it b'shaygeg, he's potter. But mezidin, if he does it willfully, thereby causing the person to lose his carbon, he's going to have to bring another carbon, then the chayav and the kayin is chayav, even though it's Hezek Shein Nikah, but we can't sin Hezek Shein Nikah when it's done b'meisa. This was a very hard two Mishnayos. We want to mention that this coming Thursday night, we start the magnificent Masechta Bava Basra at 9:05, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that it's an opportunity of a lifetime to start with us this magnificent Masechta throughout the summer. Please come in order to join our Zoom family. You go to zoomdaf.com. The passcode now is 914408. We're going to try to get rid of that passcode, but the passcode is 914408. Please join us, and have a good night, everyone.